Emotional morning in a Dedham courtroom today as the man convicted of killing a Weymouth Police Sergeant was sentenced to prison. Sergeant Michael Chesna's wife cried as the judge gave Emanuel Lopes a life sentence. WBZ's Kristina Rex is live in Dedham. Kristina, is this what the victims' families wanted?
Not exactly, Lisa, but relatively close. So the victims' families here wanted the maximum sentence, which would have made Emanuel Lopes available or eligible for parole for the first time when he was in his 70s. Instead, the judge sentenced him to life with the possibility of parole once he turns 60.
A life sentence.
Cindy Chesna overcome with emotion as Emanuel Lopes is sentenced to life in prison for murdering her husband, Sergeant Michael Chesna.
I have never uttered the defendant's name, and I never will. That would be my breath. Because he is nothing except living proof that evil does exist.
In an emotional victim impact statement, Chesna read notes from her children, told the judge her husband's murder has caused anxiety and 6 years of grief for their family, and spoke about the kind of he was.
I want the defendant to know something that I hope he reflects on for the rest of his life. On July 15th, 2018, my husband would have helped him if he had just made a different choice.
A relative of Vera Adams, the woman killed inside her own home by Lopes' gunfire that day, called her generous and loved.
Vera lived her life to the fullest.
The court was packed with police officers, many emotional during the sentencing. The two officers who were at the scene that fateful day spoke about how their careers were cut short by the trauma of watching their friend get killed.
I know that we were the lucky ones to walk away from that horrific scene that day. But I can speak for all of us that a little piece of us died right there with Mike.
I've personally never been able to get past what occurred that morning, and I ask myself every day what I could have done differently to alter the outcome of the events that day. There isn't a day that goes by that I don't feel guilty about arriving there a moment sooner.
In a stunning moment just before sentencing, the defendant took the microphone.
I just want to say I'm sorry to Sergeant Michael Chesna's family. I'm sorry to the Weymouth Police Department. I'm sorry to Vera Adams' family. I'm so sorry. This should have never happened.
Lopes will be eligible for parole in 34 years. Because he was under 21 years old when the murders happened, he must be given a chance at parole under a new state law. Chesna's mother says it's not enough.
Obviously, no sentence is ever going to be long enough for us because we're sentenced to a life sentence.
Emanuel Lopes' attorneys had requested a lesser sentence due to mental illness issues. They also mentioned in court today that they will be appealing parts of this case, which has already undergone 2 different trials. That first one ended in a mistrial due to a hung jury. The second one, of course, he was convicted. Live in Dedham, Kristina Rex, WBZ News.
All right, Kristina, thank you.